Hi everyone! So in this video, my student Jonathan Bryan will be talking to us about seizures and the neuroscience about them. So please watch and please let us know if you have any questions on that.
Hi everyone. Today's lecture is on seizures. So what is a seizure? It is a disruption in neural activity causing a cluster of brain nerve cells to continuously electrically discharge, resulting in the seizing. Convulsions or uncontrolled muscle contractions are associated with a certain type of seizure. Epilepsy is a chronic neurological disorder noted by recurrent seizing episodes that are unprovoked. So what is the pathophysiology of a seizure? It begins with the excitation of a neuronal group in the brain. Electrical discharges recruit other neuronal groups through the recruitment process. A critical mass of synchronous electrical discharging neuronal groups results in apparent seizure symptoms. Seizures after 5 minutes are deemed prolonged. Brain cell damage is linked with prolonged neuron electrical discharging at an excessive rate. We will now discuss the difference between primary and secondary seizures. Primary seizures are due to genetic causes or something unknown, and break down to generalized, where both hemispheres of the brain and reticular activating system are involved, or partial, where one cerebral hemisphere is involved. Secondary, or provoked seizures, are due to causes that are not genetic, such as fever, drug withdrawal, hypoglycemia, and electrolyte imbalances. Status epilepticus is the point where seizure activity lasts longer than 30 minutes, or at least two sequential seizures lacking complete consciousness recovery between them. We will now discuss the types of seizures. We begin with generalized convulsive seizures. These are deemed tonic-clonic, where abnormal electrical activity in lower cerebral cortex spreads upwards and affects both hemispheres and reticular activating system. The patient or person suffering from the seizure is not awake or aware. We now turn to generalized non-convulsive seizures. There are four types. We have the absence, where there are no convulsions, and there is a sudden loss of conscious activity lasting 5 to 15 seconds. It is usually noted with a blank stare. We have myoclonic, which is noted by brief muscle jerks on both sides of the body. Tonic, where there is a sudden increased muscle tone in body, legs, or arms, resulting with muscle rigidity. We also have atonic, which is the total loss of muscle tone and loss of muscle strength. We now look to partial seizures, which break down to simple and complex. In simple, the patient or person suffering the seizure is awake and aware. This breaks down into four types of simple partial seizures. Partial simple seizures. We have motor, which involves stiffening or jerking on one part of the body on one side. Sensory, where the senses are disturbed. Autonomic, where there are alterations in autonomic functions, such as goosebumps, respiratory rate, and other things. And we have psychic, which involves memory disturbance, altered speech, difficulty comprehending, and other issues. With complex, these type of partial seizures last 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and the patient or person suffering the seizure is awake but unaware. It typically involves the temporal lobe, and is also noted with a blank stare and random activity. And finally, we look at secondarily complex seizures. For simple partial or complex partial seizures, spreads to both cerebral hemispheres and incorporates the entire body, and may progress to a generalized tonic-clonic seizure. Thank you all for listening to my lecture on seizures.
Thank you, guys.